Greetings demons and welcome to One Weekly episode 53. So this time around I do actually have some pickups to go over, so we will jump straight into that, and then it's otherwise a pretty quiet week for Warhammer, so we're going to get into the topics right after these pickups.
Not the leader of a cult, RabbitWithAxe.
So for pickups this week we are back to having some Stormbringer. So we have issue 51. This one includes, unfortunately, a model I already have, the Loom Boss on Giant Cave Squig. Excellent model, does have options, so I'm just going to have to build it as the other option, I guess. But yeah, still a great model, obviously, for my orcs, and yeah, very, very neat. We also have from issue 54 the Sneaky Snufflers, once again, some units for my army. And yeah, these guys are cute. I do quite like the little squig hound things that are included. Yeah, not one I would have picked up otherwise, so very nice to get these. And then otherwise, with issue 53, we have Stormhouse Silver and Ogrin Camo. Two paints I don't have, as with most of these, I don't have a lot of the fantasy era style ones. But yeah, you know, more paints, can't complain about that. Adding to my, you know, collection there. And then the only thing that isn't Orcoid, we have from issue 52 the Endrin Master with Dirigible Suit, and this is a dwarf guy, which is kind of interesting, from the Caradon Overlords. And yeah, for me, he'll just be turned into a Votann. That's my entire plan for this guy. He'll just get turned into some form of Votann. Don't know what yet, but yeah, that's the entire plan here. Anything that's Caradon Overlords that I get, straight into Votann. I don't use actual Votann models for them. I just use everything else because everything else is better than the actual Votann. But yeah, moving on from that little rant, I also got Premium Kit free, which, speaking of Caradon Overlords, if I can actually... Can I open this? Can I open the box? Ah. It is the Caradon Overlords. I don't remember what the name of the kit is, but it's the big flyer from that faction, which once again I'll figure out something to make this into in terms of something for Votann. But yeah, very cool kit, very happy to have this one. And yeah, Caradon Overlords in general are a very cool faction. I just have no use for them. I only play Orcs in Age of Sigmar and a little bit of like Seraphon, so yeah, for me, not that useful. Actually, I play the Rats as well. I play a few factions, but mainly comes down to the Orcs. So, yeah, is what it is, but yeah, Caradon Overlords, definitely going to make some nice additions to my Votann with a bit of customization. And starting off, we are going to jump into the world of Necromunda for the new Beast Masters of Necromunda, and they're giant rats. So, they have the Gang Stronghold giant Millosaurs, which are the rat creatures, and these are just straight up the rats from Age of Sigmar. They just are. Like, even down to, like, the design of the... Like, you can see it in the first image. Just, it has the design of one of the... I was going to call them Seraphon for a second there. What are they actually called? I've actually blanked on that. The Skaven. That's what they are. The Skaven. So, yeah, it straight up just looks like a Skaven with the little bit of cloth over its face. But that's beside the point. These are rats for your Necromunda games, and they look pretty cool. One of them's got two heads, obviously. The other two are pretty, well, I was going to say standard. One has giant bone spikes coming out its back, and just, there's a lot of fun things going on here. And, yeah, they're just interesting. I don't know what else to say about it. It's weird that they do look so much like the Skaven, especially when, you know, Skaven are very much stuck in fantasy because they don't have a clue how to turn them into 40k units. It's weird to see them. I don't know. There's something about having something that is so obviously Skaven inspired, but isn't, you know, bipedal, isn't like humanoid. It's odd. And in a lot of ways, I could see this eventually evolving one day into something, you know, more closer to Space Skaven, which is something we've been wanting for a long time. But yeah, definitely interesting new models here. And yeah, rats. We love to see rats. I like rats. Rats are cool. But yeah, moving on. And we're jumping back 10,000 years to the Horus Heresy Thursday, of course, with the brand new super heavy tanks for Legions Imperialis. These are the Shadow Swords. And yeah, Shadow Swords are a Baneblade variant. I don't know too much about them. They look interesting. They're not the most, different of tanks I've seen, especially for Legion Imperialis. Obviously, this is the epic scale, the small scale models, and yeah, they look quite nice. Obviously, them being built on the Baneblade, they're going to look good. The Baneblade is one of the most aesthetically pleasing tanks in Warhammer, and in general, the Shadow Swords are very nice looking. You have options for both plasma and a shortened cannon, which I don't actually know what it is, and I cannot see. Is it the Demolisher? I can't find it in the text. Oh no. In any case, there's the normal long-range cannon, there's the shorter cannon, which I assume is like a bunker buster, and then there's plasma, because everything has to have plasma or a flamer in both 30k and 40k, for that matter. But yeah, very nice little tank there, and yeah, I'm assuming that these are going to be very, very popular just because they're Baneblades. Baneblade chassis, tanks are always popular. And, being able to get a few of them because, Legions Imperialis, a little bit cheaper, a little bit smaller, people are really going to enjoy that. I still have yet to actually get any Legions Imperialis, but, yeah, one day I'll actually get some. But, yeah, for now, more tanks. I could complain that it's more tanks, but honestly, it's been a little while since we've seen any, so I'll let it slide. But moving on. And that leaves us with the final article for this video. I do have something I just want to quickly bring up after this, but yeah, the Rumour Engine for the 12th of March 2024, and it is some writing on paper. It's very thick paper. I don't know. It's probably something that's like hanging off of like a Space Marine or something, or more likely based on the little bit of scribble that's on it, I'd say it's probably more likely to be Age of Sigmar related. But yeah, I'm not really too sure what to make of it. It looks vaguely Age of Sigmar just because it looks kind of fantasy writing compared to the more gothic stylings of 40k or 30k. But yeah, it could realistically be anything. I'm assuming it's probably like some sort of tapestry that forms like a cape or some detailing on a character, maybe for a Stormcast Eternal, I don't know. But yeah, not the most interesting thing in the world, but that's the Rumour Engine. Sometimes it's just a little bit boring. And then finally, I just want to quickly go over a little bit of Middle-earth news or potential news. So I actually didn't know this was an article, I'll be honest. That's why I kind of said it wasn't article related. But yeah, there is actually something relating to the Grand Tournament that's coming up for Middle-earth strategy battle game. And yeah, at the very end of it, I don't know too much about the Lord of the Rings game. It's not something I follow too much, even though I have a few models from it. But we do have a little teaser, a very, a very Rumour Engine style teaser of a horse. And I just think that's kind of interesting. I don't know enough about Lord of the Rings or Hobbit to know what horse it is. I'm sure, I know this was posted on X, so I'm sure people on there have already given what it is, but yeah, it's a horse, alright, and yeah, it's definitely in the format of Rumour Engine, but they just don't have them for Lord of the Rings. But yeah, looks cool. I'm sure plenty of people are going to be interested. If they're doing new models for the Middle-earth game, that's great, because they have not done anything new other than that display model in like 4 or 5 years or something. It's something ridiculous like that. They've done plenty of re-releases, but they haven't actually done a fresh new model in so long, other than that display piece that they came out with like last year. So yeah, it's definitely an interesting time for fans of Middle-earth. But that is actually all we have to talk about. So with all that being said, that is going to be it for this video. So thanks for watching. If you did like it, make sure to like it, subscribe and ring the bell so you never miss upload. Otherwise, comment below thoughts, feelings, all that kind of stuff. This is a surprisingly short episode of Warhammer Weekly. There's not really been too much to talk about in the grand scheme of things. And yeah, I'm interested to hear what you think of the new rats. Do you think that they're like a Skaven predecessor sort of thing for 40k? I kind of lean towards that, but I'm not holding my breath for it by any means. But yeah, otherwise, comment below what the name of the horse is that I don't know. And yeah, otherwise, I'll see you next time. Bye.
Look at the screen, you'll be fine. Culture's a disease, but we'll survive. I just wanna take